Good day and welcome back to Bobbio Plays Dark Souls 3, The Ringed City. We are continuing with our bumbling, lore-focused playthrough, originally known as Lore and Playthrough Tips. I abandoned the latter part of that title because it was pretty obvious no one was getting any tips from me. You know, I mean, it was very much... Ouch. As you can see, I mean... Oh, what happened there? What the heck? What just happened? Oh well. Yeah, I mean, obviously, no one was getting any stellar tips from my playstyle. I'm here just to talk about the characters, you know. Oh gosh, no, this is bad news. Get out of my way, please. Oh wow. How'd I get myself in that situation? Well, as I was saying, I'm here to talk about the characters when I'm not getting ganked by every single monster in the level. And today, what I want to start with, before we press on through towards the Filianor's rest and whatnot, is just take one look back at... I didn't unlock that shortcut yet, no. Just one look back at a character I've missed, or a little invasion I've missed, actually. Which is... just back up here. Let's see, it's only 8,000 souls, but if I can grab them, why not, eh? Let's see if we can... Ouch, jeez. There we go. I think it's up here. I think it's this way. Let's try this way. Oh no, this is back in... Oh no, this is not where I want to be. Hang on, let's ember up before we do anything. This way? I've completely... Oh, there's that... Is that item down there? I think we get to that a different way. Is it this way? Ah, it's this way, yes. Oh good, that was lucky. So, we deal with this ringed knight here. Oh, steady on. Ouch. That was lucky. So once he's out of the way, and there's a reason that I embered up here, was because we have a little invasion incoming. Now is it this way or that way? Let's try this way. Oh, no, okay, there we go. So we're invaded by Seeker of the Spurned. Now everyone knows, since the days of Dark Souls 2, well actually no, I mean this is Alva that we know from Dark Souls 2 lore. And since Dark Souls 3, his name is actually changed to Seeker of the Spurned. And when it used to be Alva the Wayfarer, and now it's Alva Seeker of the Spurned. So it's obviously Alva. He invades us once in just outside Irithyll Dungeon, I believe, down in that... Oh! Stop that. Oh gosh, she got out there. That was nice. That was nice, Alva. Oof, jeez, gonna catch me. Oh god. There we go. Chug, chug, chug. So poor Alva here. Look at the wolf ring, interestingly enough. So let's take a look at that. I'm not actually wearing the wolf ring, so it's not a big deal. Might be a cool thing to have, though. Is it further up here? No. There it is. Increases poise. Ring associated with Abyss Walker Artorias, one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn, the First Lord. Artorias had an unbendable will of steel, and was unmatched with a greatsword, so I don't know what he's doing with that, but he is wielding a massive curved greatsword, so he obviously wants some poise just to go with that. You know, so Alva invades us once outside Irithyll Dungeon, and again just here, down in the Ringed City. Praise the happiness. Yeah, absolutely. And he is I mean, he invades right here, which is supposedly is saying something about this corpse, because this is all we have back here. And I'll get to that in a moment. But remember what the white-faced preacher, Locust, said to us further up at the top of the Ringed City. One was a wayfaring knight, blah 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 blah, and could find something like could find no solace. The abyss, only the abyss brought his journey to an end, if not a reuniting with his beloved. And like I explained in that episode, I will try and dig up the actual Japanese text for you guys and try and break it down in the comments, but it's a little bit more clear-cut than the English. It's not suggesting that he was reunited with his beloved, you know, at least he was reunited, even if the Abyss granted him an end. It's saying the Abyss granted him an end to his journey because he wasn't reunited, basically. It's, you know, it's one or the other. It's like, it's a kind of silver lining, I suppose. So it's a sad story. He was not reunited because, look, this I think we can agree. Black Witch hat, Black Witch garb. This, if we take a little look, is of course the purple hat of the witch Zuli, who intended to seduce Alva the Wayfarer, but eventually became his closest supporter, spending her entire life with him. The pointed hat is a symbol of heretical magical crafts, and Zuli wore hers with an unspoken but deep sense of pride. And, you know, I think this is the same thing. Yeah. Purple garb of the witch Zuli. So, I believe at the end of Dark Souls 2 lore, Alva was a wayfaring knight, and he was traveling with Zuli the witch after, I think, I've forgotten the name of a saint that he was trying to find a cure for, trying to save. But basically Zuli hated him for wanting to cure her. Obviously Zuli was a bit obsessed with him for some reason, just as, you know, she's a witch. She could get that way, I guess. I don't know, maybe there's a deeper, darker story there, but basically Zuli was interested in him, and she didn't like the way he was being so lovey-dovey about this saint. And so she made his life hell, and she, like, followed him, and she tricked him, and trapped him. I don't know, I guess all this kind of weird stuff. But then, you know, once Alva realized he could not cure the saint, then she kind of, I guess she felt sorry for him, in a way, maybe, and she decided to spend her time devoted to him, and being his his strongest supporter, I think it said. And so that was her corpse, supposedly. And so he has come all the way down to the Ringed City, or at least in spirit form, in dark spirit form, because I think we find his armor actually in Irithyll Dungeon itself. And this is my next point. His dark spirit is guarding Zuli's corpse. He doesn't want anyone, his dark spirit doesn't want anyone going near that. So apparently he's dead, or he's come from a different timeline, or you know how phantoms can be in Souls. It can be a bit wacky. But he didn't want, his dark spirit, of course, did not want anyone getting their hands on Zuli's armor, or defiling her corpse in any way. But, you know, actual... Ooh. Oh no, guys. Oh, I ran right into the middle of them. I can't see. Fat bums out of the way. Anyway, as I'm saying... Oh, there's bloody 3 more of them down here. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to try and get past. Ooh! Ouch! Come on, please. Let's just get back to a bonfire, then we don't have to worry about going this way again. Yeah, so his actual corpse, remember? It was actually inside Irithel Dungeon, and was kind of on its way to someone else. And we can kind of infer. I don't think do I have his armor? I don't think it'll tell us anything, but... Is that it? No. Alva armor. Protection of Alva, Seeker of the Spurned. This steel body armor was trimmed to reduce weight. To this day, troubadours sing of tales of the wandering knight Alva and his travels, and of his involvement with the saint and the witch. Needless to say, the songs traditionally end in tragedy. So people are still singing about him since his Dark Souls 2 days. But apparently, if you know, if we can infer from the armor that that's his corpse in Irithel Dungeon, he's on his way to save the witch who we save from the dungeon, who we send back to Firelink's Shrine, who is Carla. And, you know, so that's strange. So it's interesting, you know, I don't know why he would be trying to save Carla exactly. I can't prove anything. But his beloved is either Zuli. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Don't do that. Don't eat me. I reckon his beloved doesn't have to be Zuli. I reckon it could be Carla. Because... Oh, they got me again. Not again. No. Grief. Stop trying to grab me. There we go. Because apparently, it says somewhere that actually... Oh, no, don't do it. Please. Oh, come on. How many arrows do you want to fire? That was pretty bad, I'm sorry. Because apparently... I'm not sure where it says this. But apparently, Alva and Zuli the Witch were in some way blessed with child. And I don't know if they, you know, if it is their child explicitly, or if they just found it. But somehow they were blessed with a child. And that that child, to cut a long story short, is Carla. Now, please. Oh gosh. Oh, this is bad news, isn't it? This is the worst thing that could happen. Okay, this is not going very well, is it? And apparently, this child, Carla. Well, let me put that on hold for a second. Whether you believe or not that they had a child and that child's Carla, whether or not you believe this for a second, the fact is that Alva is Seeker of the Spurned now. He's no longer the wayfaring knight, Alva the Wayfarer. His name changed for Dark Souls 3 lore, and this is because, you know, something spurned is something kind of taboo, something not wanted, right? Oh. What am I doing? And he... Oh, jeez. Please, guys. There are so many of them! Oh my... No, lost my souls. That was terrible. So yeah, he's Seeker of the Spurned, and Spurned is something unwanted, or something something kind of despised, I guess. And there's some very explicit reference to things of the abyss, or one of the abyss being something spurned. It's very clear. And there's a lot of... I think Carla herself, when you rescue her and you bring her back to Firelink and you have a chat, I think she herself kind of calls herself spurned. She's like, I'm just a spurned child of the abyss. What could you want with me? And... oh goodness. Let's just get out of the way. Get over here. You know, what would you want with me? And it's like the player's still curious, and you keep talking to her, and so she's quite grateful that you actually want something to do with her at all. Want her to teach you magic. Oh my... good grief! What is this? Oh, not again. Right. Okay. So it's very clear that Carla is this spurned child of the abyss, right? And I think there's a Dark Souls 2 armor somewhere, maybe even in 3 as well, that suggests that Carla is confirms that Carla is a child of the abyss. Oh gosh. And yeah, it kind of confirms that Carla is... oh gosh! Oh jeez. Ow! This is the worst. Stop it. Yeah, it confirms for us that Carla is this spurned child of the abyss who will not die, or rather on death she will reappear somewhere near the abyss. And oh gosh, here we go again. I love how they use the fire to cover their advance. It's so cool. And so, you know, if Alva is Seeker of the Spurned, there's not much else he could be looking for than something of the Abyss, or some, you know, someone of the Abyss. Something spurned. The only other reference we have to Spurned is Carla. And so I think that much is pretty clear. I think that much is clear enough. Oh my god. Don't... Guys, just one at a time. Nope, not you. Good grief. Oh! Ouch. What the... Excuse me, I'm concentrating way too hard on these guys. This is silly. Ouch. Very fancy. It is actually very cool. I don't want to take anything away from that. Okay. Lots of chunks, lots of chunks. So, yeah, anyway, I'm babbling on about that story quite a bit. But I quite like it because it's got a lot of potential for, you know, for fan speculation. There's a lot of facts there, but there's a lot to tie up, and there's a lot to think about. And I just like it. I think it's a nice, sad story. Oh gosh, what's going on? Oh, it's Medea. Just doing his thing. Nice, looking good, guy. So he's gone up to protect this bit of land here with all the shinies, of course, and we need to drop down there to proceed in just a moment. But yeah, so that's that. I don't think there's much else we could say. I just think it's a cool idea that he is searching for Carla, because Carla is the spurned child of the Abyss, and he's Alva, Seeker of the Spurned. Oh, okay. Let's go in here and unlock the shortcut and just use the bonfire and whatnot. I mean, basically, there's a lot of speculation to be done there, but I like the idea that he has come, or that he was trying to rescue Carla, and his spirit is trying to, not necessarily, I don't know, maybe he is, his dark spirit is still trying to seek Carla, because, you know, even in death, or even in some other timeline, he is trying to seek Carla because she is his beloved. Even as his child, if you believe that, or just as another witch, because he seems to get around with several witches and whatnot. But I just like the idea that seeing as she is child of the Abyss and she's going to reappear or be reborn, near the abyss, and this is about as close as you can get in the Ringed City, where the swamp is literally swallowing everything, and we're kind of close to the end of the world. It makes sense that he would search for her here, that he'd come all the way down this way. And he doesn't find her, of course, but he does find the body of Zuli. So maybe he just kind of settles there and just thinks, oh, screw it. You know, I'll just protect this. You know, it's one possible interpretation, I guess. It's nothing crazy, nothing super fancy, but I like the idea that he headed all this way and then just didn't. He just kind of... He found Zuli's corpse, because maybe she was searching for Carla in the abyss as well. We don't know. It's all very interesting. Time for swamp, and then try item. Yes, show your humanity. So I wanna do this actually. I think I have a branch. So everyone knows the secret to this. You just need to use a... Actually, let's kill this guy, because he might get in the way. There we go. So we need to be in the swamp, and we need to use either chameleon, if you have that, or a young white branch to transform yourself. Oh no, I did it wrong. We have to be a bit further in. Nope. What? Do you have to just keep trying? I've never done this, to be honest. I just know this is what you need to do. Nope. Interesting. How do I do this then? Ow. Just using all my white branches, that's no good, is it? Oh, there we go. That's what we want. Woo! Okay, good. Now we float on back very slowly. Oh, so I guess you just have to keep trying until you get this weird humanity thing. So you become a humanity sprite. We haven't actually seen these guys since the Dark Souls 1 DLC, Artorias of the Abyss, because you go down into the chasm of the abyss and you fight off a lot of these humanity spirits, don't you? There's humanity sprites. Very weird. Very, very weird things. It's kind of mass of humanity. So let's sidle our way over very slowly. And we show the sign our humanity. Hello. Ta-da! And there we go. And this will actually take us to the last bit of Lap's quest line. Climb this very long ladder. All the way up to the top. Oh, here Midia's getting angry again. Don't know what's triggered that. There's a very long ladder. Let's not fall down there. Right. There's something out here. Are there any? I think there's some people to fight. Let's just drop down. There we go. Ah, yes. Ah, there is a giant here. Probably want to kill him very quickly. There we go. Ah, get out of there! Get out of there! Get out of there! No, no! Oh dear. Well, at least it's dead. At least we can get back easily. We just need a long climb. There we go. The giant adjudicator up there is dead, so that should be easier. And we did actually pick up some Ringed Knight armor, which could hopefully give us something to chat about as well. I think it was a helmet we got, actually. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there is. Ringed Knight hood. Ah, and the hood actually has the cape with it. That's cool. The hood of the Ringed Knights. These knights don abyss-tainted black cloth with layer upon layer hiding their eyes. This was nothing less than an attempt to reveal that which the seal of fire has occluded, a subtle defiance of the god's wishes. Hehe. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool that it's got the cape on it, isn't it? But we like our bug mask. Don't worry, nothing can replace that at this point. I don't think I got the actual armor. Did I get the... no, I don't think I did. I got something. Fallen Knight. No, Fallen Knight. No, we don't want the emo Edgelord Knight. There we go. We want this one. Malformed black gauntlets of the Ringed Knights. The armor of early men was forged in the abyss and betrays a smidgen of life. For this reason, the gods cast a seal of fire upon such armor and those who possess them. Did we talk about this last time? Yeah, maybe we did. We talked about it at some point. Now I think I remember. So let's not get too much into that. But we picked up the hood, which is new, and it says it's kind of in defiance of what the gods sought to seal with their fire. So it just kind of affirms what the rest of the armor says, basically, doesn't it? Yeah, I quite like it. The armor of early man was forged in the abyss. Abyss-tainted black cloth. Yeah. You can see it has quite high dark protection. High curse protection as well, interestingly. Layer upon layer hiding their eyes. Abyss-tainted black cloth. So yeah, it's oh, what, you're alive again? No, that's not good. Let's just leave then. I'm not having it. I'm sorry, but no. Maybe we can deal with these ring knights first. Oh. Hey. Oh no. Ouch. Oh no. Woo. Okay, one thing we do want to do is Ember, don't we? Oh. Maybe we just want to head down there. I didn't think this giant would respawn, because we got the Divine Blessing. I thought that was it, to be honest. Are you coming down here? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Good grief. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is the worst. Oh, no. No! Good gravy! Oh my lordy. This is embarrassing. We must press on. We must press on around to the What is it? The Purging Monument. Oh dear, I didn't think that giant would respawn. That's upsetting. So yeah, kind of cool how the gods tried to seal the armor of early man with fire. They basically tried to seal everything with fire, didn't they? They love it. And that was those armors, the kind of tainted in abyss, were sort of a display of defiance. You know, you can't keep us down. We're early man. We're made of dark. You can't keep that in hiding forever. And of course he couldn't. You know, the whole point of this city was to keep, you know, the pygmies kind of hidden out of sight, like under the rug. Maybe he couldn't outright kill them, or just completely dispose of them. Oh, no! I didn't want to aggro these guys at all. Let's just run, get our souls. No, 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 no. Wait, did I not want to come down here? Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, no. What are you guys? That was the dumbest thing ever. Oh, now I've got to run back to the shortcut, haven't I? Ugh. Oh, that's silly. I do apologise. That's very silly. But yeah, you know, this whole city is kind of supposed to resemble that attempt of the gods at sort of keeping man contained, or keeping early man contained, keeping the pygmies contained, what they knew, what power they held, the power of the dark soul and whatnot. And then of course we get regular humans as a result, who it says were kind of shepherded off by his children. So by Guinevere, by Gwendolyn, by potentially Nameless King, if he ever did that, unless he fell out with the family, fell out with his dad before all that happened. Oh, get away from me! Just stop it, Max. Stop it. Please. Is this the right way, even? Oh, it's this way. It's this way. Ah! Oh, there's a ladder here. Yes, it is this way. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All good. All good. Gosh. What do we just pick up? Okay. Oh, spawn all down here. Nightmare. Yep. Okay, here we are. So there's that item we saw from up there. Crestfallen Knight. And here is the Purging Monument. And it's here. Now we've discovered it, I think we have to just interact with it once. Just to solidify our discovery. It's kind of gross, all these kind of writhing images of human heads sort of suffering, and I don't know, it's not very nice. It's kind of covered in this curse, isn't it? This is probably the kind of accumulation of all the curses it's purged. So you can request absolution or request dissolution. I have not sinned, I'm a good boy. Dissolution, I'm not cursed. But we know someone who is. So I guess if we... Is it that way? Yeah, I think it's actually across... Oh, we don't want to drop down there. Good grief, no. How should we head back down that way? Can't make that jump, can we? We can make that jump. Hey! Oh yeah. Now we just got to fight these guys. Get back to Lap. Let's try not to pull his buddy. Ooh, very good. Oh, it's relentless, aren't they? Oh my goodness, how many attacks do you need? Okay, if you want to come over here and fall down, that'd be great. No, I got them both on me. This is just terrific. Down! Stop it! Get away. I'm out. Had enough. Enough, you guys. You can just squabble over there for a bit. I'm going to talk to Lap. I think this is the way to Lap. Yes. Now. Alright, they're not going to come over for a while. So let's tell him. Let's tell him about the purging monument.
What did I come here in search of? Damn. Stop it. I'm unbreakable. Unbreakable.
Speak of the purging monument.
Are you certain of that? No. Sorry, I know you'd never lie to me. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I'll speed right on over. It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was, what I lived for, and what my name was. And I'll have you to thank for it all.
There we go.
Ah, thank you. Most sincerely. I swear upon my birth name that I am your friend. No matter what might come out, no matter what I was, if you would do me the honor, allow me to be a true friend. Always. It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was and are.
Lovely. So he seems very, very cheerful. And in typical, as you can imagine, in typical Souls fashion, this is a kind of the high before the low. Oh, it's you. And you know, ooh, maybe we can just drop down safely somewhere else. Head back to that bonfire and everything. Which is the best way? This way? Yeah, I'm back through the swamp, I guess. Up. Right. And so we're going to let Lap finally figure out who he was and get his memory back, and it's all going to be a fun time, surely. He says, you know, if you'd allow me to be a true friend to you always, because you helped me get my identity back. So we're going to press on. We don't need to go back. We're just going to keep moving forward, and we will eventually find him, and we will eventually learn how this story ends. Not sure how far we'll get in the remaining time. Got maybe 15 more minutes today. But let's... Ooh! There's Medea guarding this bridge. Let's let Medea do his thing. Right, and then shield. Oh yeah, thanks. I will rate that message. I almost forgot to go down here. Lovely. Oh, gush. Gush? What kind of a exclamation is that? Oh, goosh. Dragon Dragon Blood Great Shield. Dragon Head Great Shield? Yeah. This is quite nice. I think we got... yeah, we just got the big one. This shield, as hard as a great boulder, is formed by the head of the descendant of an archdragon. The ringed knights, by command of the gods, stood amongst the ranks to set out to slay the dragons, but their contributions were never lauded. So, that's kind of cool, isn't it? They were part of the gang who all set out with Gwyn to fight the dragons in that huge war between the gods and the dragons, right? But of course, the ringed knights, they were just like a kind of rogue band, I guess, from how Gwyn saw them. And they would never be praised, they would never be honoured for their actions. Hello, there's Medea. I think we can just stand here and we're safe. Yeah, good. We'll just wait for that fire to go out. There we go. And make a dash for it. Might have been too late. Let's see if we can duck into the... oh no! Stop that. Is there anything out here? Yes. Titanite scale. Lots of scales, lots of chunks. Yeah, so... go on, my dear. Do your thing. Oof. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So he's just going to do his drive-bying, just as dragons tend to do. It's been a while since you have a good old dragon drive-by, isn't it, in these games? Oh god, we're not safe here. Oh no! Boo! More scales, nice. Okay, this is fine. Woo! There he goes. Really cool looking. That kind of black flame, that abyss just dripping off him. So you can see he's already being consumed as Shira feared. And now we can just run in here. No. Ooh. Yeah, that's so cool. Where's he go? He flies up there, does he? Can you see him? I can just barely make him out up there, I think. It's nice. So, we are gonna press on down here. I think we can... do we have to go down first? I forget. Let's go up a bit. Crystal lizard. Can we catch it? No, we can't catch you because we fall down. Haha! Dark Souls. Oh no, the Moaning Knight. I forgot about this. Where's this guy appear? Oh no, skeletons. Luckily they're not reappearing skeletons. This area is kind of reminiscent of that that catacombsy bit, isn't it? In Dark Souls 1, as you're heading down the stairs and there's these little alcoves. I hadn't really considered that before, but there we go. There's a bloodstain here. Oh, hello. So we can't go past here. Moaning Knight is somewhere around here. I believe that's the dark spirit of Morn, because he's got the... oh, hello. Jeez. Because he's got the Moaning Shield or something. Oh, here he is. Yeah, and he's got a massive hammer. Please, don't stun lock me. Chug. Let's keep topped up, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. Whew. Ugh. Woohoo. Ouch. Ouch. There we go. Just R1 spam and chug. This is how we play. Even after 3 games and many expansions, this is how we play Dark Souls, okay? Blindfold Mask. An eye-occluding mask of unknown origin. Small cracks allow the wearer to see. Strengthens dark attacks, but also greatly increases damage sustained from dark. This purple steel creation has a certain resemblance to the Firekeeper's crown, but the similarity is purely cosmetic. So I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm sure someone's written something interesting out there somewhere. But I'm not sure what to make of it. The only thing is, obviously, that Morn Knight, or Morn the Knight, is who was referenced in one of the White Preacher's stories, the White-head Preacher stories. He says one, despite his weighty armour, was scared of a little girl, and the little girl, of course, is Irina of Karim. And we talked about that last time, so I won't go into detail, but it's cool that these people are popping up. You know, their spirits are wandering the end of the world along with you. So all the kind of strongest are sort of making their way to the Ringed City in some form or another. I think that's quite cool, actually. No, are these gonna... Yep. Skeletons. Good. Let's make our way up here carefully. Now. Do we drop back down here? Oh, yeah, and we're back at the start. Yeah, and then we go down this way, don't we? Yes, because we can't go up where the other hole is. And here, we find our old friend, Visions of Miscreant. What makes you say that, sir? And look. Now, if it's not obvious by now, if you've been following this story and you're new to it all, if it's not painfully clear by now, I don't know what to tell you. We're just going to have to wait and watch the end of this. But oh, look at him watching us. When we first meet Lap, he is sort of in a kind of squatting position in his armour, but he's not hunched over, and his head is not bent down like this. And this is the classic pose of one of our favourite characters throughout the Souls series. A treasure, a real go-getter. He's been with us all the way, ever since Demons, in some shape or form. And he is here at the end of the world, here at the end of the series with us, so let's say hello.
Oh, finally, you've come. Now I know exactly who I was. And for that, I've a little thanks to be giving. Go this way and peep past the broken staircase. Some awfully fine treasures just sitting there all alone. It'll change your life.
It'll change your life. So, familiar shtick. We all know where this is going. I really like how the voice actor... There's been the same voice actor throughout. Even the spider-headed... Even the human-headed spider in Bloodborne, who is Patches the Spider. Same voice actor, same intonation, same kind of, condemning tone. It's awesome. He kind of switches it off a little bit. He kind of dials it down for when he's Lap. And of course, now he's got his memories back and he's gone to the Purging Monument and he knows who he was and who he is and who he always will be. He switches it back on and he's got this kind of nasty sort of tint to his voice. I really like that. And of course, it's good old Patches, who we've known and loved.
I've much to thank you for, so I'll say it again and again. Go this way and peep past the broken staircase. Some awfully fine treasures just sitting there all alone. What? Don't you believe me?
I mean, we cannot do anything but believe him. We have to peep past the broken staircase. I think maybe we can sneak over. I'll see if we can actually, but we want to just play this out, see how it goes. Just for old time's sake. One for the road, eh, Patches? We'll humour you this one last time. Let's see. Can we actually sneak past, or does it just trigger the cutscene? We can actually sneak past, it looks like. But we're going to have a peek. Is that... What? I don't know what that is. Oh, damn, I can't see with the torch. What is it? It's a little kind of, not blood stain or like a cloth. Anyway, let's peek over the edge. What? The boot. Oh.
Every age, it seems, is tainted by the greed of men. Rubbish to one such as I, devoid of all worldly wants. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way we are. I'll stick you in my prayers. A fine dark soul to you.
And there we go. And that is the last we'll ever see of Patches, it seems. I think that's great. We're not in any danger. There's no treasure. There's nothing. He could have booted us all right off the edge into the abyss. But he could have booted us. He could have killed us and stripped our corpse. But he doesn't. He just kicks us down a ledge, as if to say, "Huh, fooled you one last time. There's nothing there." But you made you look, silly human. All this time you've been falling for my tricks just because you're greedy. Just because you want some trinkets and some treasure. Oh, hello. Yeah, let's just deal with this. Oh god, it ate me. Oh no, don't eat me, don't eat. No, it got me. Don't kill me. Just get out of here. Not having your nonsense. Ring of the Evil Eye +3. Yeah, let's take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, it's just great. Just one final trick from good old Patches. It's not even a trick. It's just like, I guess every age, and we are in another age. We're hundreds, if not thousands, of years in the future. Okay, we can't go across there. Every age is filled with the greed of man. So he's a human, I guess, but he says it's rubbish to him because he's devoid of all worldly wants. And he's just laughing at us, basically, saying, what's your obsession with things? So obsessed with the physical and chasing after treasure and all. But he knows what we're really here for, which is the dark soul. And so he says, a fine dark soul to you. And it's kind of like saying, it's like, whatever, you go and get your dark soul, mate. Do your best. Who am I to stop you? He's like, take care, have fun. And he just gives us that kind of sarky wave. And that's it. That's the last we see of him. I think that's an awesome end to his game-spanning story arc. Constantly following the player, always one step ahead. Kind of almost a narrator figure, almost like he's very fourth wall breaking, isn't he, Patches? Because he not only knows about the dark soul, but he knows he's talking to the player, really. He's like, I've fooled you so many times, and yet here you are at the end, looking for answers, but also looking for every little bit of treasure you can get your hands on. I just think that's great. I think Patches is wicked, and I think that's such a cool send-off for him. because it's obviously it's really obvious that the creators have a certain fondness for him, and I'm sure all of us players do too. You know, what Souls game would be complete without the presence of good old P. But anyway, I think that about wraps up this time. We can chat about Patches again later, but oh, thanks for the souls there. Before we press on, I will obviously level up and spend some souls, and then we can head on and take a better look at Medea, the Dark Eater. But for now, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you again next time. Quiet Resolve. Bye-bye.